What's up guys, Rhino here and welcome to my latest FIFA 19 video and, well, my first video for a brand new career mode which I'm going to be doing on the channel. Of course, you know, I've mentioned it many times before, Ultimate Team videos are just like going to be coming very slowly now. Obviously I had a couple which actually did quite well and seem to be quite popular, which makes me feel sad that there's not more to do really on Ultimate Team this year. It gives me great excitement for FIFA 20 for sure. Like, I'm absolutely buzzing to get going on a road to glory on that, and probably even like another pay to win account as well. Actually, I'll probably do one of those this year. But for now, just so that we got something FIFA 19 still. Like, I don't want to completely dry the channel up. I don't want it to like go to a standstill. Of course, we haven't had videos like as frequently as I would like, but just try and get some out for you guys for a bit of content. I'm going to go for a career mode now. Some of you that have actually been like subscribed to the channel for like a few months or whatever would have known that like back earlier in the year I did actually start on with Wolves, and yeah, I just didn't play it because I was too engrossed in Ultimate Team and I couldn't like invest the time to do both game modes. But now with Ultimate Team not really being a thing for me, or maybe like the odd video, like I said, it's very much, if I'm going to play FIFA, I'm going to play career mode. So this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to put on this 15% increase or the global transfer network. Of course, it is a manager career as well, not a player one. And I have a team in mind which I'm going to use. Of course, if there's any teams that you guys want me to use in the future, or like for FIFA 20 or whatever, then you know, let me know, and I'll keep those stored up as future ideas. But for this particular one, just going off like a team which I kind of wanted to use that was just something I've thought of in my head, I'm gonna go for AC Milan for this particular one. And obviously, like, you know, I didn't put the big budget boost on. You don't really need to be honest. They got 78 million anyway. We want to try and make this kind of as difficult as possible. I don't want to breeze through this. So yeah, we're not going to have any of the different things to help us out. If I just quickly skip through this, just do that. That'll do. When it for a name, we will look like, let's just look like that. Let's wear a tracksuit. That'll do. And then I want to put it onto Ultimate, so we want to try and make it as difficult as possible. 6.5 sterling. Have European competitions on, transfer on, latest squads on, and of course the San Siro, which I don't know if you guys saw in the news. Probably like, I don't know, probably like start of the week actually. They were on about, they're saying that it's going to be knocked down, which is a bit disappointing to be fair. Like, as a stadium that I've grown up with, has been pretty iconic, and obviously like Inter play there as well. So it's going to be interesting what happens with that. I don't know if they're just going to build like a new stadium and they're still going to like continue to share it. I don't really know the ins and outs of it, so that'll be quite interesting. Of course, you can see there I've already got one that I started. That was just to kind of have a look at the squad to make sure that I was going to be fully committed to this. A couple of career modes there, like a Tenerife one and a Liverpool one, which I've literally played like probably 2 or 3 games on each one and just never really taken it much further. I think it's one of those things you got to be fully invested in the idea and really want to go for it. And I feel like we're like that with this Milan one. You know, there's a lot of potential with Milan to take them back to where they were. Of course, like in their pomp, you know, they've won 7 Champions Leagues, so, or European Cups or whatever. So the sky's very much the limit. It's not going to be unrealistic to, you know, just dominate Europe with this club. So we'll see what we can do with this. We've got obviously like the standard nonsense there, like 105.5 million off shirt sales. That's going to be interesting. I'm not sure if that's difficult to get or not. Let's have a look at what the main objectives are though. So, grow 1 youth academy player by at least 5 overall points. As soon as they have grown, play them in 5 matches, either as part of the starting 11 or coming in as a sub. Sign 1 player in your youth academy assigned to the defender position, so we'll do that at some point. That's not really like anything major. Obviously, shirt sales thing there. Earn 17.6 million through media earnings within 3 seasons, which is competition prize money. That can't be too difficult. You could probably do that in 1 year, surely. If you just like win the Serie A, that should sort that out. No financial objectives, which is interesting for a club of that size. Continental success, they want to win the Europa League. Obviously, they got booted out of the Europa League as well, didn't they, this week? So I suppose we can still say it's kind of realistic because obviously this is actually a year behind this career mode. In terms of domestic, though, they want us to get to the quarterfinal of the of the Coppa Nazionale, which I thought that's pretty easy, to be honest, considering you go straight in at the last 16 stage, as you see there, current stage last 16. So we literally got to win a game, or it might be two-legged, so we have to win 2 games, whatever. And finish in a Champions League place, which is top 4, I want to say. I think it's top 4. It might be top 3, but to be honest, like, I'll be disappointed if I don't get top 3. So yeah, let's see. It could be really difficult. Like, the thing is, I've looked at this squad, and it's not the greatest FIFA squad, if I'm honest. It really isn't the greatest FIFA squad. I should just say, guys, like this first video is just pretty much going to be kind of like a setup, really. I'm going to play 1 game. Yeah, and then like apart from that, it will just be pretty much like getting it going. And just making sure everything's as I want it to be. Let me just make sure I've got... Where's this thing? I don't do career mode much, so I'm not really like... After I'm like, where's the thing that I'm looking for? Because they move it all around. So I'm just going to recall the scouts. Because, guys, I don't need scouts on it. Because you're the scouts. Like, if you guys want me to sign a player, put the suggestion forward in the comments. Let me know. You know, either like comment on the video or like tweet me or anything like that, players that you want me to sign, like people that you recommend. Either, like, honestly, it doesn't have to be like a young talent. Like, I don't necessarily go for youngsters on this game. I'm not like, you know, a lot of people will literally just go for the youngest team possible with like ridiculously high potential. I'm not about that. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these players, they have potential which will be achieved over about 5 or 6 seasons. I don't imagine that this career mode would last 5 or 6 seasons. Like, don't get me wrong, I want it to last at least like 2 or 3, but I don't imagine it will be like ridiculously long. So if the player doesn't have like huge potential, it's not a major issue. I'm more than happy to just go for players who are good right now. And as long as they deliver, then that's absolutely fine. So I'm completely open to all suggestions with players. Like, literally just hit me up with any kind of suggestions and I'll have a look at them. And I'm not going to promise that I'll buy every single player. Of course, that wouldn't be possible. If I don't like the idea of the player, I won't buy them. Like, it's as simple as that. But obviously at the same time, if I like them, then I will. So I'm just going to quickly sort out the starting lineup. I have a little rough idea of what I want to do anyway, because I had a quick look, obviously, before I began this. I think we'll probably settle with that. I don't really want any of these. There's a couple of players that I don't really know. So I don't really know the Plizzari, Mario, Donnarumma. That's obviously Gianluigi Donnarumma's brother, I would have thought. Just going to sort this out. I like to have the players in the correct position on the reserves and that. So I don't think we really need to use any of the guys. Like Laxalt's okay, he looks like a decent player. He's pretty quick, to be fair. I don't actually know who this Paqueta is, but he looks really good. So I'm going to keep him involved. Like, I think he's quite young. Yeah, he's only 20. So I'm sure he's like a player for the future, and I'm sure people who actually follow Serie A a lot more probably say like he's an unbelievable player, and I should use him all the time. So I keep him involved. We're going to go for that style. Donnarumma, Calabria, Caldara, Romagnoli, Ricardo Rodriguez, Biglia, Bakayoko, Bonaventura, Suso, Çalhanoğlu, and Piatek. And then obviously like bench. We got some decent, obviously like Catrone, so 2 really good young strikers. Castillejo, obviously Paqueta. Kessie, I think he might be fairly young, yeah, 21, not bad. Misakio, Abate, and Pepe Reina, who I actually have quite a lot of time for. I'm not going to sell him. He's a brilliant backup goalkeeper. Like, if Donnarumma wasn't so young, I'd probably just play Pepe Reina. It's only because like, just obviously like the Liverpool connection. I like him. So yeah, that will do. We will save that there. I don't want to take that to take too long. I can imagine like it will probably build up the time on the video. It just quite easily does with this sort of thing. So I don't want to make this like ridiculously long. Try and rush through it as quickly as possible. I just want to go through some of these players here, see if they've got any like release clauses or anything. Just because I don't want to like lose a player. So we've got 2. So Catrone. I just want to sort this out because what happens is like players end up like just literally out of nowhere. Somebody will just like match the release clause, and you're like, oh fuck, I need to like sort this out before you end up losing them, and it's a nightmare. So We don't want to, so let's just try and wrangle that important. I probably want crucial, but let's see. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so we'll take that. The length of the contract, we want to stick with 5 years, of course. He's a young player. We want to try and keep him involved. Yeah, keep him involved as long as possible. That's fine. We don't want a release clause. Obviously, that's the reason that we're doing this. 43.5 grand a week. That's less than what he's currently on. He's on 54 grand at the moment, so we'll definitely do that. And a signing bonus and the obviously the appearance things. Honestly, I don't give a damn about that. Like, you know, we're AC Milan. We're loaded. We don't care about these little bonuses of such and such thousand. We deal in the millions. We do, not in the thousands, in the millions of this club. So that's nothing, you know. It's not really going to build up over time. So Catrone, you're sorted, mate. You ain't going nowhere now. You've got no easy fix with the release clause. We've got Andrea Bertolacci as well. I'll just do it just because, like, it's, you know, it's obviously that potential to try and get claim a little bit more than what the release clause is. I'm not necessarily going to use him too much. He's just going to be like, you know, rotating around the squad, play a couple of like cup matches, things like that. Because he's like 27, so he's not really going to have like a huge potential to go up. He wants the rotation, so that's fine. So we'll sort that. He wants a 4-year deal. That's absolutely fine. You got a 4-year deal, mate. That doesn't really bother me at all. Isn't considering adding a release clause, so even better. I mean, this guy, he's, you know, it's like we're on the same wavelength here. We're connected. And yeah, the salary. Oh, I've got to suggest a salary. Okay, well, I'll just suggest the same, or maybe, you know what? Let me be cheeky. Let me be cheeky and be like, you know what, 60 grand a week. Because a lot of these players have been like, oh yeah, I'll take a little bit less. He might not, because they're not giving him any sort of like bonuses or anything like that. So he probably won't. But nah. Yeah, whatever. See, this is what I don't get. Why don't they just, you know, if that's what he wants, just tell me. Like, there's no point me sitting there and guessing. Like, I'm not a mind reader. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want something, just fucking ask for it. So yeah, that's fine. Nobody's got a release clause there. In terms of players that have got like just like 1 year left on the deal, I'll sort that out another time. There's no need to do that right now. I just wanted to get those release clauses fixed just in case I got like somebody coming in, like a team coming in hot literally within like a couple of days of the transfer window. I mean, that would have been an absolute nightmare. So we're just gonna literally like skip through this. We're just gonna fast forward through. I don't really want us to kind of like get on too much. I just want to quickly see actually how far we are going with this. If we got like, have I got a recording time? No, I don't even have a time of how long this has been going for, which is not good. Because I want it to drag. Like, I remember doing a career mode video before and it literally was like maybe like 35 minutes. So we're just going to skip that. We won that game, ideal. Nobody really cares about the preseason. Let's just get you a little bit of money. Let's just fast forward a bit more. Player suspended, who cares? Seriously, you're going to suspend him for a friendly? Or replace him just for this match. That'll do. Alright, West Ham in this one. We've got to beat West Ham, surely. They lost 2-1 to Man United. I mean, that's embarrassing. Wow, we drew. Incredible. And they went down to 10 men. And we literally had to score an 80th minute to get back into that. That's shocking. That's not ideal. That's really not ideal. International manager, we don't care. Ricardo Rodriguez after 6 weeks. That is a hammer blow going into the start of the new season. That's a big blow. Guys, start scouting me left backs. It looks like we're going to need left back. Let me know. Let me know who you want me to get, because something's got to happen there. Obviously, if I don't get any suggestions, then I'll just go ahead and buy whatever. But if you guys have got a suggestion for the left back position, then by all means, give it a shout out, because look, right now we've got Strinic in there and he's not great. He isn't going to be brilliant for like quite a large portion of the start of the season, so I'm not really too excited about using him. But we beat Man United, Piatek and Catrone, the two young strikers. Pogba scored for them, but who cares about Pogba? And that gets us into the knockout stages. That will be straight in against Benfica. Let's just make sure we haven't got any more injuries. No, we get 1.7 million, not bad. Bakayoko's suspension is over. That was 2 matches, which is quite incredible for a friendly. He must have literally got straight red, and they're like, yeah, you ain't playing any more games in the group, mate. Straight out of there. So we'll let them sort that. Benfica in the semis. Can we make it to the final? Yes, we can. Bakayoko back from suspension with a goal and a double for Piatek. So happy days, smiles all round. It's looking bright, and we've got Man United in the final, who we just beat in the group. So that would kind of suggest that we should do alright. And you know what? With a little bit of motivation for the big man himself as well, we're just going to go straight in there, and hopefully we should win. 3.2 million as well. for transfer budget. And then, yeah, I mean, Donnarumma's, bro, like, seriously, bro, you ain't playing. You is not playing. This is the biggest game of pre-season. Absolutely no chance. Right, I'll be gutted if we lose this. Seriously? Seriously? Inter Milan want to sign Calabria for 16.9 million. When would you ever see that? Surely, like, when's the last time the Inter signed a player from AC? Like, guys, let me know. Like, we're just gonna block that. Like, don't even come at me with that. That's unacceptable. Yeah, surely that doesn't happen much. Like, players transfer between Inter and AC. Like, it literally never happens, like, in English football. Like, you don't see, like, players transferring between, like, Liverpool, Man United, and wow, screw you, man. Of course we lose the final, and Pogba scores again. Why Pogba? Why does it have to be Pogba? Oh, well, it's not the end of the world. We still got to the final. We still got a decent amount of bit of moolah for that, so we will take that. And as you can see, our first competitive game, and this game I'm going to put some highlights at the end of this video, is going to be against Juventus in the Supercoppa Nazionale, which I presume is the Italian version of the Community Shield. It's going to be Juventus, the league winners, or the champions, against AC Milan, which I don't really know how it went last season. Maybe they won the Coppa Italia. Well, yeah, actually, fair. They must have. They definitely didn't come second in the league. They definitely must have won the Coppa Italia. Bayern have tried to purchase Alessio Romagnoli for £33 million. No. No chance. He's one of my top players. We're just going to block that. We're not even going to negotiate that, because honestly, what is the point? But like I said, in terms of like, oh hello, Brighton won Zapata. You know what, I'm willing to negotiate that. Yeah, with like the transfers, guys. So obviously I've skipped through quite a lot of the transfer window there. I'm going to play this game, so that's on the 12th of August. Also, we'd have all the way through. Let me just make sure I do this and don't make a mistake. Let's go for like 8 million. That'd be right. Yeah, we'll go. I'll go like obviously through to the end, and that's the point when like I'll have obviously looked at any suggestions from you guys for transfers. So from the 12th to the 31st is going to be like our little mini transfer window when we're going to try and hit all our deals. So yeah, it's going to be a shorter window, but honestly, on FIFA it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't necessarily time wasted here. This is just kind of stuff we're just like, you know what, just rattle through it, and it is what it is. Honestly, I'm just going to sell him. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to use him. I don't really necessarily need to negotiate massive amount more. It's going to free up a lot of wages actually, that as well, so that's fine. Zapata can hopefully go. I don't know when the first league game is. If that's, I guess it's going to be like directly a week after. PSG want Musacchio. That is going to be blocked as well. It's all our defenders that seem to be in huge demand, which is interesting. Hopefully they perform. I mean, we'll find out in this game, won't we, for sure. It's going to be difficult. Playing on Ultimate against Freiburg want Cutrone on a 1-year loan. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, playing on Ultimate against a team of Juventus' quality with like Cristiano Ronaldo up front, I mean, that's pretty much as difficult as it gets. Like, Ultimate against the best finisher on the game. I mean, if we give him a chance, we're fucked. We're honestly fucked. So, yeah, here it is. That's obviously like all it's going to be in terms of kind of like setup for this video, guys. I'm going to end it with this game. With highlights. It's not going to be like sort of live or anything like that. I'm just going to kind of go over it. I'll do like a commentary run over it or whatever. Yeah, so that's obviously the starting lineup. Well, actually not Rodriguez. that would be difficult. That would be difficult to play with him. I'm actually going to put Abate at left back, I think, because I don't really trust Strinic. So yeah, we'll play Abate. Let's put Calabria, because Abate's only got 2-star weak foot. Right, so we'll go with that. What? Whoa. Why is Bonaventura out there? What have you been doing to my team? Assistant manager, what have you been doing, man? seriously, you've been messing about. Know your place. Know your place, man. Right. Yeah, that's the team. Alright, guys, that is the team that we're going to go into this game with. Hopefully we win. Let me just make sure this is like one leg as well before I get too excited. This is one leg. This is a one-off game. I don't know what stadium this is going to be at. We're going to say it's the Italian Wembley. Don't know where that is. I've no idea. It could be like the Stadio Olimpico. It might even be the San Siro. I don't know. Where do they play their home games? They probably do a little tour of the country. So, yeah, let's go ahead and crack on with this match. Right, so here it is. This is the first competitive game of the season. I mean, I say competitive, I mean it's essentially a community shield, and I know in England that's obviously not necessarily seen as being the biggest game. It's obviously nice to win it, it's a trophy, but even if you win it, to be honest, you get slated for even considering it as a trophy. But we saw the trophy there anyway. And we did actually find out that this game is actually at Juventus' stadium, which I thought was a little bit unfair, but is what it is. And obviously they started off extremely bright there with that big volley. And then another chance directly from the corner. I mean, Matuidi with an unbelievable effort there, like acrobatics, incredible, which did make me think that, to be honest, this was going to be a hell of a game. Like, this was going to be extremely difficult. And then you see that moment there of absolute madness from Abate, which means that, I mean, well, you'll see what comes from this, and I was absolutely furious. But to be honest, it was kind of my fault. I played the ball with his left foot. He only had 2-star weak foot. I did see that obviously before, and they ended up actually getting a goal from the resultant corner. And of course, it was that man, Cristiano Ronaldo, with a header. Maybe could have defended it a little bit better. I can't really blame Donnarumma for not keeping it out. It was obviously close range. The most disappointing about that goal for me was really the ball from Abate. There was a spare man, the left back was spare, so I was like, I'll take it on. And then as you can see there, literally instantly 2-0 Ronaldo. And at this point I'm thinking, wow, game over. Like, this is just too difficult. Like, that goal was something that you see on Ultimate Team that's just crazy overpowered, completely stupid. First time off the left foot. It was one of those goals, it was that good that the game actually felt the need to get these different angles on it. Like, it was that ridiculous. So look at it, it just whips right around. Absolutely unstoppable, nothing you can do about that. And this is only like half an hour in, you know, like, this is, like I said, at this point I was like, blimey, like, I've got to change something. So I decided to change formation. I think I'm pretty sure I did change formation at this point. I obviously made a sub as well, I think. Let me have a look. Let me just double check this. It's all kind of like lost from my mind. Maybe I only made a formation change at this point. I think I actually made my first change at half time. I think it was just a formation change. Yeah, just a formation change there actually. But honestly, it made a huge difference. Like, literally instantly we get a chance there. You know, it was a scuff there from Biglia off his weaker foot, but we were dominating the ball more. We were winning the ball back in the middle areas of the pitch a lot more because we packed them in field with a narrow diamond, and we were playing a lot better. This is the point now when it goes to half time where I decided to make the change. I brought on Paqueta. I actually moved Çalhanoğlu deeper and took off Biglia because I was like, you know what, we need to just go for this. I don't need Biglia and Bakayoko on the pitch, so we'll put some slightly more attacking players on. And literally we just picked up from where we left off at the end of the first half. Second half, we were on him in a flash, so we got the ball back off of Ronaldo there really quickly. Brilliant little lob ball out to Piatek. I mean, what a volley. Incredible strike. Like, honestly, could not fault the guy. It was green. It was a green shot, perfectly timed. But look at the save from Wojciech Szczęsny. This was just unreal. This is one of these things which I think I'm going to have to get used to be honest, with playing on ultimate difficulty. I do feel like these saves are going to be getting pulled out a lot. I mean, normally when you green time something, it tends to go in. Like, you know, there's a few times when it doesn't, but most time it does. And then again there, Piatek straight away from the resultant corner wins the header, but again, great save. So a couple of chances, obviously only about literally like the 50th minute there, and then straight away we just get another one. Çalhanoğlu, bang, straight in. And that early pressure in the second half paid off, and we're back in the game with half a deficit straight away. Brilliant strike. I didn't actually catch that. I believe it was green. I think if I remember rightly, it was green timed. I didn't actually catch that as I was just watching that back there, but unbelievable shot. I mean, drilled right in. It was one of those moments, you know, sort of like Gerrard against Olympiacos. It was incredible. It was a great first time shot. And you're thinking, you know what, the way that the game had completely changed, we were back in it. And you think, you know what, there's absolutely no reason why we can't go on and win this, or at least take it to extra time, or maybe even penalties. Not sure how it would have worked if it would have just gone straight to a shootout, but there was no reason why we couldn't have got it back to 2-2. Also, it was a header there with Ronaldo, and then from the resulting corner, he actually gets another chance. I honestly couldn't believe that somebody didn't get in front of him to get that ball away. I'd have been furious if I'd conceded that, but luckily he didn't have his shooting range completely accurate there. Another opportunity for them, Dybala with the first time shot, but I think that was pretty much the last one they had, to be honest. They literally didn't create anything else other than that. There was a couple of, we were like a little kind of like 5-10 minute spell where they got on top a little bit, but apart from that, we honestly absolutely dominated the whole half. Abate with a chance there. He had a phenomenal second half in comparison to his first half. His first half was terrible. Like, he couldn't pass the ball, and obviously that was shown with the first goal. But he was just rampaging forward. He was getting so many opportunities. You saw that there. That was a perfectly timed one, actually, which got saved. Then from the corner, we get another chance. And look at this save. I mean, I would say unbelievable save, but the thing is, it was straight at him. But from that distance, you would expect Suso to score. Literally either side of Szczęsny, and that's a goal. I mean, it was so frustrating. But again, this right-hand channel was just, we were creating so much. Yet again, another ball to Abate. This time we didn't go for the green time shot. We literally just tried to smack it for power. It got saved. Piatek literally turned like the Titanic, and we lost the ball. That was unfortunate. But we were creating so much. We were finding spaces, and the narrow midfield meant that the fullbacks had a lot more space to roam, and it was really working. And we ended up getting, this is probably the biggest chance, honestly, this was monstrous, this one. Paqueta, what a chance to make a name for himself. I said before, I had no idea who he was. I would have certainly known who he was if he'd stuck that away, but unfortunately, on his stronger foot, he could only hit the post, which was you know, it's just one of those things. And the final opportunity in the 92nd minute, we did get in with Castillejo, but obviously being left-footed, I had to try and sort of open up his body to hit it. I didn't really fancy taking the risk of trying to smash it towards the near post, so I tried to open his body up. It didn't work. We ended up losing. You can see Chiellini with a trophy there, and we're just going to watch a little bit of their celebrations. Obviously, it ended up being 2-1. It was disappointing. I mean, I feel like it was one of those ones. It was my fault, to be honest. I got the tactics wrong first off. I didn't obviously know the best way to use the team, and we'll learn from that. But I have to say, these trophy celebrations are some of the worst I've ever seen. I mean, I know it's only like the Supercoppa Nationale, but I mean, if that was my boys winning that trophy, we would have been buzzing. We would have been bouncing up and down, confetti flying everywhere, champagne flying everywhere. It would have been phenomenal. But yeah, that was it, guys. Alright, guys, so yeah, as we saw there, we did lose the game. It was disappointing. It was an opportunity to get our first trophy in the first match. It would have been a phenomenal start to my managerial career. It just wasn't to be. To be honest, it was my fault. I didn't know like the correct way to use the players, the correct formation, and once we figured that out, we dominated the game, but it was too far gone. We gave, like I mentioned before, a player of Ronaldo's quality, we gave him too many chances in such a short period of time, and he just dispatched them. It was just one of those things. We'll learn from that. I like to think that they won the battle, but we'll win the war, and that we'll win the league, hopefully. But I mean, that might be a little bit too much to ask for this current squad. But pretty much just to end this video, guys, with a little thing about Ricardo Rodriguez there. All I want to say to you guys, really, as we get a little bit of extra prize money there for the transfer budget, is from now to the next video, or the next video for the career mode, as you can see, if we take a look at the calendar, right, so we're on the 13th. We have until, obviously, the 31st of August, the end of the transfer window. We've got a couple of matches in there, which I'll do in the next video. That'll be, you know, we'll get both of them in one go. All I want from you guys, as my scouts, is a few suggestions for players to sign. I mentioned a left back before. Obviously, Rodriguez is back now, so it's not like, well, I say he's back. I mean, he's not back to full fitness, but he's not necessarily injured anymore. It's not as big a necessity as it was, but at the same time, I would like somebody to come in, because you know what, he could get injured again. If he's been injured once, it could happen again. He's not exactly the youngest like around, so a young fullback would be quite good. And then apart from that, honestly, anything that you guys recommend, I'm open to pretty much all positions except goalkeeper. I think goalkeeper we don't really need, let's face it. We got Donnarumma. I think he could be like, you know, he could literally be there for like his whole career. So we don't really need to worry about that too much. And obviously we have a good backup keeper, but pretty much anything outfield. let me know. This is what you got to work with. 88.4 million transfer budget with 224,000 in the wage budget. So plenty of money to work with. Ideally, I don't really want to spend it all on one player. I want to probably get at least 4, maybe even 5 players in. I know it's a lot to ask in such a short space of time, but I'm pretty sure as long as we, we target and pinpoint the correct players early and get the offers in, I'm sure we can get it done pretty easily. And if needs be, we can always sell a couple of players. Like, I haven't really looked at specific players to transfer list as of yet, but I think the squad's quite big, so we can always trim it down a little bit if needs be. There's a few sort of deadwood players in there. Like, obviously we got rid of Zapata before. There's a few players of that kind of caliber in there and that age that we don't really need. But that is going to be it. This is obviously dragging on a lot. I don't want to talk too much more about any of that sort of stuff. So like I said, that is all I want you guys to do. Comment to let me know who you want me to sign. If you did enjoy the video, guys, then feel free to leave a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already and you want to get updates when the next episode of the career mode drops or any other videos that I might be doing, because I'm probably going to do some stuff on some other games as well, because I don't want to be focusing solely on FIFA. Obviously we play FIFA all year, so maybe not just FIFA over the summer in the big wait for FIFA 20 essentially. So yeah, if you want to see anything like that, then feel free to subscribe to my channel. That would be much appreciated. But that is it from me, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys later.